You're watching a segment of The Splash, Greater West Bloomfield's news magazine show.
This week, I'm joined by Eriel Emmer. Eriel is a West Bloomfield High School and Michigan State University undergraduate alumna who recently began her career as a medical student at Michigan State University. And now she joins me to talk about her experience preparing for this new chapter of her life during the pandemic. And Eriel, thanks so much for being with us. You know, you're a medical student, and to be going through a pandemic and just starting your career in the medical field, how do you feel?
It's definitely thrown in some curveballs. I was a student before, just during undergrad with the pandemic, and that to now is kind of similar. However, now being a medical student, I'm able to relate a lot more of what I'm learning to the pandemic. One of my classes is epidemiology and biostatistics. So the professors have been relating a lot of that material to COVID, which has been nice to be able to put it into a real applicable case scenario.
Because otherwise you may not, I mean, you would understand it, but you're really living it now. So that makes all the difference, probably.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Definitely makes it easier to understand.
So tell me, what has it been like? I mean, you took some time off, right? You were in Colorado?
Yes.
For a while, and then really got your groove there, and now you're back, and you've been in school already for what, a month, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, a little over a month.
So how is it for you? Is it exciting? Is it grueling? Is it a little bit of everything, or how are you feeling?
A little bit of everything. It's definitely solidified that I want to do this for the rest of my life, and I'm in the right field. It is a lot of work, a lot of time. Studying, and I'll usually have a class in the morning at 8 a.m. and then I'll be studying until about 10. This summer semester is supposed to ease us into medical school by only having 3 classes, but it's just as hard. And it's kind of like any other summer course, that it's the same amount of information, but just in a shorter amount of time. So the whole easing us into medical school thing, I don't really think that
you don't agree?
It wasn't as eased in. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So you are, okay, so you've already started and everything will kick in, but you are at the downtown campus, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so you're not in East Lansing, and you are actually studying and attached to the DMC. So that even makes it different for you. Yeah.
So the 3 different campuses are the DMC Detroit campus, Macomb, and East Lansing. And because we're located actually in a hospital in Detroit, we have to follow the hospital COVID policies, where East Lansing and Macomb are not located in the hospital, and they don't. So for labs, which is right now the only reason that we have to go into the actual location, we still have to wear masks and still have to do hand washing and all of that.
And you were even doing COVID testing, correct?
Yes, for a few weeks it was mandatory, and then the last, I think it was either 2 or 3 weeks, it's now voluntary that you have to do it, or that you can do it.
So tell me what you feel like. I mean, does this pandemic scare you at all? Or, I mean, from the medical standpoint, how are you feeling about it?
It's definitely scary in the fact that no one really thought, with how we have medicine today, that this could happen, and now it's clearly shown that it can. I think at the beginning, obviously, it was very scary, not knowing what it was, how to deal with it, how to treat it. Now that we have more of it understood, as long as the biggest issue in general with like COVID is not knowing how to, or just pandemics and different types of diseases, is not knowing how to treat it and not having the resources to treat it. And at this stage, as long as hospitals don't get overrun and we still have the necessary equipment to keep treating those cases, I don't think it's going to be any scarier than it was at the start of it.
So you will be graduating from medical school in 2025, right?
Yes.
Is that the year? Okay. So tell me, do you think that this pandemic will have made you a better doctor in 2025? Or what do you, I mean, how do you think it's going to have affected you personally?
I think it definitely will have an effect on how things are treated going further. I think that could be related not just to medicine, but to everything. Like how businesses are run, I think it'll be very different. However, for medicine, the entire pandemic never made me shy away from medicine. It's made me more interested in it, and especially being able to educate people, because I think a big reason of why people are so scared of it or don't believe in it, don't believe in the vaccine, is because of their lack of education. And so I think that being able to be a healthcare provider that is able to properly educate patients, being a pandemic or just whatever they came in for me to treat, I'll be able to be better at educating.
Do you have any idea? You do not know what specialty you'll be going in, correct?
No, we do not decide until halfway through our third year. I do have some ideas. I definitely know I want to specialize, but I'm trying to stay very open and keep my options open for what I would like to do.
So if you could tell people one thing about the medical field from your perspective, since you're just kind of starting out, what would it be?
With any profession, there's obviously going to be people that are bad, but for the most part, doctors and medicine, we know what we're doing and we know what's going on, and to trust us, that there are, like I said, medicine has been going on for a long time. It's obviously ever changing, but trust doctors. Then I hope that this hasn't made people untrust doctors, because I know for a while, at like the height of all of COVID, my cousin is an ERPA, ER physician assistant, and she noticed a very low number of people coming into the ER, obviously because they were scared of COVID, but the amount of death from just a heart attack, or if someone had fallen and different things like that, had risen a lot because people weren't going to seek medical attention. Part of it was being scared of COVID, but also people were like, the doctors don't know what's going on. I'm not going to trust them. I'm not going to go do all of that, but continue to trust the doctors.
And continue to go to ER if you need to, correct?
Yes, and seek medical attention when it's needed.
Right. Well, excellent. Yeah. Thank you so much. It has been a pleasure to speak to you. Good luck to you. And, look forward to hearing everything that you're doing and what you finally decide on specializing in when you graduate in 2025.
Thank you. It was great talking to you, too.
Thanks for watching this segment of The Splash. To watch the entire show or other segments, catch us on Comcast Channel 15 and AT&T Channel 99. Or look us up online at thesplash.tv and listen to us every week on 89.3 WBLD, the all-new Lakes FM.